You want to be in the video with me? That's woo-wee, everybody. Hey, listen. The views and opinions of the guest of the WrestleCast podcast do not reflect the views and opinions of WrestleCast podcast. Now, on with the show.
Open your eyes.
WrestleCast podcast starts now.
It's the American Diesel Dump Truck. And if you want juicy little stories, you want to hear where all the drama's going on at this promotion, that promotion, or you just want to know about where your favorite wrestlers are going to be at, look up Bobby Lee and the WrestleCast podcast. Truck approved.
Hey, you're looking at the face of the future of professional wrestling, New York's own Nikki Chooch, and you're watching WrestleCast Podcast with a good friend of mine, the Cowboy, Bobby Lee. So shut your mouths, sit back and enjoy.
I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite host, Cowboy Bob, and I'm coming at you live right now on Facebook, live on YouTube. Folks, this is an exciting show I have for y'all. I'm here to tell you, I am pleased to announce that I'm getting to interview on WrestleCast Podcast none other than the one, the only Sean LAMPTON. That's right. Hey, look, man, this guy is amazing. We're talking announcer. We're talking podcasting. I mean, the sky's the limit when it comes to him. I mean, very professional, an amazing person, great personality. And I am stoked beyond belief to be able to do this podcast. And I hope each and every one of y'all are out there watching it. Guys, don't forget to ask questions whatsoever. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. That's what we want to hear. Don't forget the YouTube channel, WrestleCast Podcast. Go on there, subscribe, like, share. Same way with Facebook. Go on and follow me at Bobby Lee. Go ahead and follow, like, and share it on Facebook. Get these viewers out here and seeing WrestleCast Podcast, where we get the dirt. And tonight, we're going to get the dirt when it comes to Sean LAMPTON. That's exactly right, folks. We're going to dig in. We're going to ask some questions. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. I'm excited, like I said, man. I tell you what. Also, we've got so much stuff going on. In a couple weeks, we've got I think next week, as a matter of fact, we got the Brethren coming on. That's another tag team. That's going to be an amazing podcast. I mean, we're booked all the way, like I said, past July now. So it's insane. We've got WrestleCade coming up in November. There is so much going on. It's mind blowing. And I'm so grateful. Also want to give a shout out real quick to one of my great friends and YouTubers. That's right. I'm talking about fishing stuff. You guys, listen, he is an awesome, awesome person. If you've ever seen any type of fishing hacks or want to learn some fishing hacks, this guy's amazing. He's got ideas just blowing up out of his head. You've got to go in there and check it out. I love it. And because, you know, hey, I'm Cowboy Bob. I love some fishing. So, yeah. But without further ado, I tell you what, let's just jump right into it and bring on the man of the hour, Sean LAMPTON. Welcome to WrestleCast Podcast.
Hey guys, Cowboy Bob. Thank you for having me on, sir. I appreciate that.
Oh, man, thank you for stopping by. I know you're a busy guy, and I appreciate you taking the time to be on WrestleCast Podcast. We are pleased to have you here, and we've got fans watching. We've got questions that's going to be coming in.
Okay.
And we can't wait. I tell you, like I said right here now, we get the dirt, Sean, on WrestleCast Podcast, sir.
All right. Oh, I'm here to give the scoop, man.
There you go. We got Ivan M. Righteous with our first one saying, "What's up, Bob? What's going on, Ivan? Say hi to your man, Sean LAMPTON, in the house."
Ivan M. Righteous himself. What's up, buddy? That's a man that's actually been in the man cave a couple of times now.
Yes, he has shared the seat with you, shared the mic. He said Showtime is here. That's right. That's right.
It's showtime, baby. And Bobby Lee, man, you gave me I am a busy guy for sure.
Yes.
And I love the way you had the intro talking about commentating, announcing, whatever it is, whatever you throw at Showtime, it's going to be the biggest show in town. That's for sure.
There you go, folks. You heard that? That's what I'm talking about right there. Man, I might have a hat on, but this man wears many hats. I promise you. And you know what? You can't. He shows up at Wrestling Evolution, folks. Look behind me. We're talking. There's a poster. Hey, right there's Sean Legacy.
Oh yeah.
We got Wrestling Evolution there. We got Wrestling Evolution on the other side. My goodness. Look here. We got it all right there. I mean, right there's Heath Slater's right there. You know what I'm saying? And man, and the list goes on and on. We're building the wall of greats back here, and proud about that, excited about that. We took the background that we normally have behind us, and we're stepping it up a notch is what we're doing. So we would like to get where you're at. I mean, folks, look at that screen there. Take a gander and look back there at all of that stuff, all that wrestling memorabilia that is amazing. We're talking all the way from WCW Nitro back in the day on TNT to the old school WWF and to the WWE. It's amazing. Sean, tell us what got you into wrestling.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. I mean, hell, these days, what doesn't get me into wrestling, But
Right.
I'm an old head these days. And so I've been watching, you see here, the old WCW, the old Monday Night Wars day. I have signage for stuff like that. I've been a fan since the late 90s. I'm about 36 years old right now, and I've been a fan ever since I was 9 years old. And the first segment I remember actually watching was, I believe it was a coronation of Kane or The Undertaker, and Vince McMahon was out in the wrestling ring. When they used to bring it out in the glass case, I believe it was either the old school Big Eagle or the Winged Eagle that they were presenting to. I believe it was The Undertaker who won the previous night against Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that, when I was watching that, I seen Stone Cold come out in the beer truck. He did his whole beer bash bit, the original beer bash bit where everybody was soaking wet. And then Undertaker just jumps off the beer truck, or Stone Cold does rather, on this Undertaker. They're going back and forth. And it was just like hell was just going crazy, man. And at that moment, the sights and the sounds of the fans, and they were going nuts. And then all of a sudden you had beer everywhere. You had a Hellraiser like Stone Cold, and then you had the Phenom like The Undertaker. What's not going to get you hooked? And yeah, I fell in love, man. And I'm not going to lie, before that moment, I didn't know how to look at wrestling. I just didn't understand it. But one day, my buddies back then, they just kept telling me, man, you got to watch Raw. You got to watch Raw. They were going to school the next day talking about, did you watch Raw? I never did watch it. But one day I tuned in, and hell, man, I'm glad I did, because ever since then, I've just been the biggest fan in the world of it. I fell in love with it. I love the theatrics of it. I love the pageantry of it. I love the athleticism of it, and everything that's kind of wrapped into one. And I love the pro wrestling universe, so to speak.
Yes. And I tell you, it's good to have you aboard. I'm glad you're part of the community. It's amazing. You're very welcome. We have amazing people in the community. As you know, we have very, very experienced, talented people. Tim Dixon is an extremely talented gentleman. Tim Wilcox, the CEO, the damn boss.
The damn boss. Yeah, there he is.
Extremely talented man, very talented, and we love him.
Yeah.
And that show would not strive without those guys. It wouldn't strive without the things that you do, the things that Ivan does, the commentating and so forth. There is so much piled into it, and so many different people that make that unit become what it is, and it is amazing. And I'm also glad to be a part of that also. Very thankful and grateful to Mr. Wilcox and so forth. As far as commentating, ring announcing, podcasting. How did that all start for you? What got you? How did your journey start? I mean, did it start with things of the nature like ring announcing first, or what started for you first?
Yeah, so the very first thing that started was just the seed of watching that first clip that I saw of pro wrestling. And as I
Right.
have matured and understand the different workings of the business, man, like the production side of it always pulled me in. And so actually I've got a little over 10 years under my belt doing production.
Oh,
Whether
awesome.
it's in a mixed martial arts type of setting or even like small commercial businesses.
Yeah.
I've made content for ice cream shops. I mean, you name it, I've tried to sell it via digital media. And so what got me into where we are now is the previous experience creating and producing all those different types of content. But my heart's always been in pro wrestling. And so the way I saw my the only way I was going to get into it was not actually the wrestling side, because honestly, I actually did. I'll say that I tried it. I tried it back when George South was teaching at what is now High Spots, but it used to be called Rings Wrestling School in Charlotte. I'm talking many moons ago. And for my high school president, I was completely obsessed with pro wrestling. And I was able to go in there and start training to be a wrestler. I was determined and I knew in my heart I was going to be a wrestler. Uh,
There you
well, I'll tell you this, my body said otherwise. What those young men and women do in the ring is absolutely no joke, and they love this business with every inch of their body, man. Like you don't understand, like the guys and gals of Wrestling Evolution, they eat, breathe, and sleep this business. Guys like me, guys like you, Cowboy Bob, we all do. But I when I saw that, okay, I can't necessarily be a wrestler. I still want to work in the industry. So what do I do? I go to college and I went to the University of North Carolina and I went for broadcasting. And I started out doing their little radio show. I loved it. And then one of my buddies introduced me into video editing. And so, which was important because what I quickly began to saw is even being a journalist is you have to be able to do everything. And Cowboy Bob, you know this. You're running your own stream here. You've got your own scripts. You got the fancy background. You're at all the shows. You've done interviews. You really have to, if you want to make a name for yourself, you got to be able to do everything here. I
That's right.
I have to be able to be my own producer. I have to put these lights up. I have to make everything look really nice the way that I want to be featured here tonight. Um, but I quickly learned when I transitioned to more of a television type of role or video editing or video production, that you kind of have to know everything. And so, yeah, I studied in school for video production and everything like that, and got to learn everything as far as digital media goes, whether it's print or physical or visual or audio, all those different mediums. Was able to learn that. And then after school, I was able to I kind of struggled after school finding a real steady job, and I found myself working in different types of sales roles, whether it's insurance sales or uh, business to business development, or even in a startup role where I'm supporting many customers. But I've always kind of been with the mix of radio and TV, and then I'm moving into the professional of like a sales guy. I've always been somebody that wants to amp somebody up. I've always been somebody that wants to hype up the show because that's who I am, and that's what I understand. As far as what I studied, I did communications and journalism and psychology. So my whole goal coming out of that was to be able to understand different types of audiences, but also where I can meet them, and then how to properly and effectively communicate and sell the product, so to speak. And so I did eventually do, you could say, like passion projects of all kinds of digital media, content creation, commercials, television, social media. I did that for about 10 years. And even now, in my day job, I create commercials and videos for a software company, and we're selling our product. Wrestling has never left my heart. And so that's why I'm happy for a guy like Wilcox and Dixon and Ivan M. Righteous who can put on a hell of a show. And I'm super blessed to have that platform to be able to go out there and to showcase my skills and my skills being the hype guy. I can do the announce. I can do the announcer position. I can do the commentary. I understand all the ring psychology, for the most part. But the number one thing that I want to do is help kind of portray and convey that passion that these men and women have. Jim Wilcox, Dixon, Dante Khalifa, all those guys. I want to be able to convey that message and that passion to you guys, the fans, man. And that's why I'm here. And honestly, like that's why I'm super happy that you brought me on here, Bobby Lee, because I know that you have a extensive experience here in the independent scene, and I'm looking to make a name for myself here, as well as one of the top commentators, whether it's for Wrestling Evolution or wherever this blooms into. I know there's a lot of promotions here in the area where we're definitely lucky in the Carolinas. But one thing that Showtime does is he will make people want to come back. You'll make people want to buy in, and you'll put the characters over. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So
Gotcha. Well said. I'll tell you what, that's what it takes too, Sean. It takes having that personality, I'll go into something a little bit. You talked about sales work. I've been there, done that. I had a lady tell me one time, I really hate to even say this online, but I had a lady one time say, "Hey, Brittany, how you doing?" Hold on one second. Hey, Brittany.
hey.
We're going to get to your question. Just give me 1 second. So I've done the sales work, and I had a lady tell me one time, if my husband was alive, you could take the last penny out of his Social Security check and he'd give it to you. And I said, ooh, I guess in sales work, that's a good thing, but the way it made me feel was different. But no, so I understand the whole selling point and everything like that. And you've got to amp up the crowd. You've got to keep them interested, and promoting. I'm all about promote. And so when I bring on a guest on this show, just as well as yourself, I'm all about promoting you. I said, you're the man of the hour. So I want fans of WrestleCast podcast. I want fans of other promotions that are watching the show to understand who Sean Lampton is, and go and watch Man Cave Sessions. I want them to see it. I want them to dive deep into that and get something out of it. I want them to know who you are and understand your personality and how well you are and how you're appreciated in the business. And I understand that you want to evolve. And I think you're doing wonderful. I think everything that you do is great. I think that when you do a show, it's held very professional. And so it's very enjoyable and very great content, and you do promote the talent. And your editing, everything is just great. I think you're doing an amazing job, Sean. I really do.
Dude, man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. If you ever have any questions, and I'll say this live, if you ever have any questions, I'm always available. I'll send you my telephone number. I will not put it online, but I'll send you my number. And you're more than welcome to give me questions, holler at me. You need any answers, you need anything, just let me know. I'm always right here. And with that being said, Ivan M. Righteous has a question for Sean. It says, we all have egos in a way. We all have a brand. What would be the mission statement for the Showtime brand? And as you set out for being the backstage ambassador for WE, who do you want to be your first interview?
Who do I want to be my first interview? All right, let me read that here. I'm looking down at the computer.
I'm not going to take it away. That's a big one.
That's a big. Okay, question for Sean. We all have egos, and in a way, we all have a brand. What would be the mission statement for the Showtime brand? And as you set out for being the backstage ambassador for WE, who do you want to be your first interview? All right. Ooh, nice. Okay. Ivan, nice. Okay. You gave that one some thought, didn't you? That was a good one. Yeah. Because he knows Showtime's not afraid to ask the tough questions. I'm not afraid of that. And I'm not the biggest guy in the world either. So as far as Showtime and the brand, I want you to think And I thank you, Bobby Lee, for putting it on there. You got to know, if you haven't heard of it yet, you got to know Man Cave Sessions, okay? And Man
Yeah.
Cave Sessions is all about covering the local indie guys. Right now, we're covering the best of the best here in the Carolinas, and they come from Wrestling Evolution. Who do I want to be my first interview? I'm going to go straight to the top with the champ. And don't worry, I'll put some stank on it with the Dante Khalifa. Would be an excellent interview because I want to bring everything out of him, just like he's brought everything out of his opponents as he's been dominant. I think that would be a great interview.
I think that would be an
And,
exceptional interview.
and as far
Go
as the
ahead.
mission statement goes, the mission statement, what I set out to do, I went and sat by myself and had a couple of beers before I went to my first Wrestling Evolution event about a year ago, which was Full Throttle. The main event was Don Furio going on with JR Miller. They had their little feud going on right there. Don Furio went over, but my experience, and I want to accentuate my experience at Wrestling Evolution, I was blown away, man. And I'm a serious fan. I'm a super fan. You see behind me, I have everything here. I want to be clear, none of this happened overnight. A lot of this stuff comes from the Barnyard Flea Market and like certain finds like that, or eBay, or WWE Shop, AEW Shop, whatever it is. I like to go to all the events that I can within reason. Throughout the nation, going to whether it's AEW or WWE. I was just at the Rumble in Indy. I was at Bad Blood this year. Seen a few others. I was at Sting's last match at Revolution AEW. I've got all the chairs. I've got all the figures here. I'm a big figurehead. But back to the mission statement. My mission statement is to just bring a fresh breath of air and add value to the pro wrestling industry. I don't want to pigeonhole myself and say I'm going to be the best interviewer, the best announcer, or the best commentator, best whatever it is. I will be the best at wherever you need me at the time. Okay. The ego is not huge, but I do know the value that I can bring. That's why I'm not going to say, hey, I only want to announce or I only want to do an interview. You can kind of pinpoint me and we can both guide each other to where I can add the most value for you in your promotion. And I think that's one thing that really helps me embody that mission statement, which is I want to add value at every corner I can in the pro wrestling industry. That's my mission statement. And I think one great thing about my skill set is it's kind of a mixed bag going on. Dante Khalifa, though, woo! Can't wait to interview Dante the champ. There he is.
He is. You see it? That's the man right there. That's the champ. That is the world heavyweight champion of Wrestling Evolution. You see it right there, folks. Y'all remember him. He was on the show, and he's got the V shirt on. Don't forget the V shirts.
That's right. That thing looks good. I love the font that they used on that. And look, I love to sit down and get in the brain because this guy is a mastermind. The Dante Khalifa is a mastermind, and I want to understand the man behind the drip, the guy that's controlling all the gears and the inner workings of that. I don't know if you've seen the other interviews that I did with Justin Kindred Allen when he won the Legacy Championship, or Keith Mack from the OGs, but these interviews that we've been able to do on the Wrestling Evolution Always Evolving podcast, these are we get some deep thought out of these guys, and we show a different side to them that you're just not going to see in those inside the three ropes there.
I agree. I do watch them. I do keep up with them, and they're you get a lot of information out of watching it, and that's what I want the fans to know. Take the time, go follow Sean on his Facebook page, and if he has any other, he'll tell us. I'm sure any other social medias out there, he'll definitely tell us. You go like them, you go follow them, support them, and watch these shows. You can go on his videos, watch his past shows, and go from the beginning and watch them up if you hadn't watched any of them. That way you get the whole story and you get the build, and it's more informational to you. I'm here to tell you, I watch them. Me and the wife, Miss Cowboy, watches them. We love it. And we enjoy it. Yeah, definitely, most definitely we enjoy it. interviewed Justin. Sure, again, that was a great interview. When I interviewed Justin, he was on the road. And
Yeah.
luckily, he took the time to come on the show, and I appreciate it. I'm going to get him back on the show in the future to where, he is able to sit down and talk with us. He's a great interview, great guy. I'm so proud of him.
Right.
When he got that championship, it was amazing, Sean. The crowd went crazy. It was epic. People were shedding tears. So
yeah,
very well deserved champion right there. And Justin Kendrick Allen, JKA, that's right, Mama's favorite son.
I saw that interview, the one that you did, and like when I saw that, I was like, thinking to myself, I was like, hell, man, it'd be nice to be on that show one day, man. And
yeah, man, here you
we
are.
You're and it's not like, okay, Justin's gonna. It's not like I'll do a man cave session only podcast or a WrestleCast podcast. The good thing about us is we're trying to do the right thing and provide exposure to these guys. For sure.
Yes,
Absolutely. And
that's where I talk about promoting so much, Sean. I tell the guys, hey, look, this platform, I may run it, I may control it, but at the end of the day, it's not for me. It is for them, and I want them to share it as much as possible because that is promoting them. And the more they promote themselves, the more promoters see them, and they get their word out, they get their name out. At that point, it's only helping you. It's only helping them. You know what I mean? As far as selling their merch, getting people to know who they are, to be invested. Something, I'll give you a good example that one of my great friends, Scott Larson, says, give me something to invest in. I love that saying. And Scott Larson, #truth, amazing guy, supports the show. He supports WrestleCast podcast all the time. He's there for us. And that's one of his sayings. Give me something to invest in. And I love that.
oh man, that's so right. And that's what wrestling is, man. And like just investing in that character. And for some of these guys, maybe they don't have the weekly type of, they're on camera being able to explain their personalities. So it's really, in some cases, it's up to us. And I believe the fans deserve that. They deserve to see who the real Justin Kindred Allen is. They deserve to see who the Dante Khalifa is, because these guys put so much of their heart, their mind, their body and soul into the business, man. And the fact is they're the future. So yeah, you better get to know them before it's too late. Just look at Jackson Drake.
Yeah. Blow up. Javon Evans. Wow.
God.
Mind blowing. I love watching that young man. Scott Larson, I think, interviewed him, if I'm not mistaken, at some point before he wound up going into NXT and so forth.
I bet so. Yeah. And
he's done over 500 shows, Scott has. So
that's amazing library.
Amazing library.
We're in the Carolinas, man, and the best wrestling is here in Flair country.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Woo!
There's so much to learn, and I'll tell you this: I never stop learning. The moment you think you know it all, get out of the business, close the door, close up shop. Never stop. Take that information in, learn from it. It's amazing. Somebody's going to teach you something you didn't know, or you'll hear something you didn't know about in the wrestling business. And that's kind of like WrestleCast podcast. We get the dirt because I tell you what, there's always some type of drama going on somewhere.
I believe that too. And really, and look, I know this is a nice setup or whatever, but I will humbly say this: 100% agree with what you say as far as always learning. And that's one thing I try to challenge myself, whether it's this month at Revolutionary, Wrestling Evolution. I want to learn something and build on what I learned last time, or even coming on here and learning and really learning from you, Cowboy Bob, because you're the veteran in this space as well. So you're definitely somebody that I'm looking up to and keeping in mind some of the things that you're doing over there and trying to even assimilate some of that into my own practice here.
Most definitely. And I greatly appreciate that very much. So thank you. I'm very humbled. And I'll tell you, like I said, I will definitely give you my number. If you have any questions, need any help with anything, I will be more than, I'll drop whatever I'm doing. I'll answer the phone and I will help you. I do editing also. I used to build computers. A lot of things that some people don't know about me is I used to build computers back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely know about hard drives, computers, motherboards, and so on and so on and so on, and things like that. And like I edit my own videos. Sometimes I do have a special help that will take care of some things like that. Chuck is an amazing guy. He does sometimes put a spin on some things for me, and it is, as you saw his face there in the beginning of the show. I take very much, man. I am so grateful at the people I have met in this community. I love them to death, and I truly mean that. One thing about me being Cowboy Bob, I never tell somebody I love them if I don't mean it, ever. I never say it as a figure of speech. I see this day and time people use that word so loosely. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. And I'm not that guy. I'm not. If I tell you I love you, I mean it. And Ivan M. Righteous, I love that guy. And that's my brother, and he has helped me out tremendously. The knowledge I've gained from him. Scott Larson, another one of my brothers. I love him. He has helped me out tremendously, gave me so much knowledge. I can't stop learning from those guys. They have so much knowledge and information to just pour out of them. It's unbelievable. And I soak it in like a sponge, brother.
Oh man, that gives me goosebumps because I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel very similar to you as far as Ivan goes. I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't be here probably, at least right now. I wouldn't be here. I eventually would, but because of Ivan, he's helping me out, and that guy's went up to bat for me so many times. He always tells them, "You got to check out this guy Showtime. This guy Man Cave Sessions. He's doing good work." That's what, if there's a takeaway from today's podcast, is that Man Cave Sessions is going to give you that TV look. I mean, just look at the screen here. You can see what we got. We all got all kinds of lights, accent lights, whatever it is. These are all mobile. We've gone on the road. You can check out the Man Cave Sessions. We're always producing media from a cinematographer perspective. And we've got all the equipment to do. We got multicam type of shoot here. We will make anybody look good. You can go on the Man Cave Sessions Instagram. There is or Facebook even, and there's a link tree in the bio, so you can check out the other social media platforms that we're on. But you can clearly see the quality of the body of work that you'll get, and that's what we want to provide here to the independent scene as far as wrestling goes. And I think that the wrestlers, they deserve it. So if there's guys out there that got big events coming up and maybe they want to vlog it professionally, or you need some professional footage, anything like that, Man Cave Sessions should come to mind. We can go out there and help you make it look good.
There you go. And you know what? If you don't have a YouTube channel, you definitely need to start one up. Man Cave Sessions on YouTube. Get that up and rolling, get it up and going, get all your videos that you've got uploaded to Facebook. Let me tell you a little secret. Facebook will delete your videos after a certain period of time if you don't download them to the PC.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. I get sometimes I get a message pop up and it goes, "This video will be deleted." And so I go in there really quickly and I download it, and I was like, okay, as long as it's on YouTube, I ain't got to worry about it going anywhere.
Oh so, yeah.
I'll take that video and I'll upload it straight to YouTube or whatnot, and that way I've got it over there, and plus I've got that platform also. And that's another thing. I'm trying to promote WrestleCast podcast on YouTube because I need that channel to expand. I need it to grow, and there's also a big variety of fans out there on YouTube who watch wrestling, and we, as you know, we interview the independent scene. Not only that, I was supposed to have Sean Hernandez on the show. He had something come up. Sean Hernandez is from TNA Wrestling Impact, and he was supposed to come on the show. He had some things come up. We talked to him about it. We're going to reschedule him, get him back on the show. Great guy. But point is we're going to be, we want to promote these guys as much as possible. And I tell the fans all the time, they're out there working hard for you guys. They're at the gym. They're at the shows to take your mind off your life. And, and then they got to go home and deal with their life, their home life.
Oh yeah.
On top of going to the gym, on top of staying in shape, on top of hoping to God they don't break an ankle, break an arm. I mean, let's talk for a second. JKA, Justin Kendra Allen broke a wrist in a wrist brace, wrestling, working out, nonstop. Amazing talent. And they're doing it to entertain the fans. They love what they do. They love making the fans happy. So I always tell the fans, support your independent wrestlers. Buy their merch. Go see them. Invest in them. And so there you go. So yeah, man, what you're doing is great. I think it's amazing. You asked me. I said that earlier in the podcast. And I don't think you should stop. I think you should just, keep on getting it, make it grow, make it expand, make it blow up as big as it can blow up. Ride the train. You know what I mean? Ride the train. And because what you're bringing to Man Cave Sessions is amazing. These people are going to like it. If, like I said, folks, and listen, if you're the fans of WrestleCast podcast or Wrestling Evolution or wrestling in general, take the time to go watch Man Cave Sessions. You won't be disappointed. You'll get so much information. It's a whole, even though we're both in the same business, it's a different type of setting. It's a different type of podcast. And you're still going to get more, you're going to get so much information. And you're going to enjoy yourself while you're there. So,
we're just chilling like that. That's all we're doing over here is we're having a great time. But like you said, we've got the growth mindset over here. So if you, Cowboy Bob, man, you're selling me, man. Like, dude, like I appreciate that. Man Cave Sessions, though, we're excited about that. Like, I love hearing you say that because we've got more to come, and specifically June 21st at the Cross Country Campgrounds, Wrestling Evolution Revolutionary. I'm going to be out there. Showtime, Sean Lambton will be out there on location, and we're going to be doing, and you'll see it as soon as you pull up. If you're a fan, you'll see it as soon as you'll pull up and you'll feel it. We're doing something different this time. I'm not going to give away all of the secrets, but we're just going to make it more of an immersive experience for Wrestling Evolution. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And, I tell the fans another thing too. Get out there, get his autograph, folks. Get his autograph.
Yeah.
He's got time, take a picture with the man. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, there could be a time that he might wind up going way up that ladder, and then you ain't going to be able to get him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Sean Legacy. Sean Legacy, got lucky. We got a couple pictures with Sean. Sean's a good friend of ours, and we like Sean Legacy. He's an awesome person, doing great, moving up into NXT now. And I'm still with Evolve, but he's doing it at NXT, and he's a great guy. He's just busy. There's you don't get to see them like you used to because now they're not in the indie scene as much. So, get out there, get his autograph, take a picture.
Dude, they start somewhere. Like, look at Sean Legacy. He was just at Wrestling Evolution. Like, that's nuts. And I might not expect to go all the way up the ladder. I hope I do. And that's my goal. That's definitely what we're doing here. But we also want to we're always going to have a great time no matter where we're at. And Wrestling Evolution is an excellent place to have a fun family type of atmosphere, type of fun.
Yes, it is.
And if nothing else, I want to help be that bridge that connects the fans to the wrestlers, because I know how much it means to me when I get to meet a wrestler. Man, it's awesome. And when you're meeting guys like Dante Khalifa, JR Miller, the Zenith, TDT, Ben Grayson, when you're meeting all these guys, some of them, they're a little rough, but these guys are amazing, man. Tommy Okami, the Drip. Now he's doing some nasty stuff I don't agree with right now. But wow, like some of these guys
I got Tommy on the wall right there. Love Tommy. And
respect.
I've seen some things he's doing, and I might have a talk with Tom, but hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And hopefully he gets it together.
he will. Well, if nothing else, they got everything out there at Wrestling Evolution, and that's kind of the
Yeah.
home base. If you haven't noticed, it's really the home base for Man Cave Sessions, as far as the content, because we did the commentary, we did the announcing. It's been an amazing experience. I even had the booth out there. Some of you guys bought some belts from me. I bought the belts, and we had taken pictures with them. If you're out there and you see Man Cave Sessions or you see myself Showtime, say hi. Yeah, you don't have to get the autograph if you want it. I'd love to, but man, if you just want to talk wrestling or whatever, I'm totally into that. At the end of the day, I'm a huge fan. That's really passionate about these guys and gals that go out there and they give it their all, because it's clear. I don't know if you've ever been out there in WrestleCast. As far as the audience goes out there, I don't know if everybody's been to the Wrestling Evolution show, but if you haven't been, these fans are super passionate. I mean, they're bringing extremely. They're bringing their signs to the event. I mean, these guys, like, all the seats are pretty much it's a full venue.
Full house. And
Yeah.
these people come out of their seats and they're loud, and they let you know they're there.
Yeah.
And I love WE's fans. They're amazing people, and they fill the house each and every time the doors are open. And look, Scott Larson right here. Let's get the dirt. What's up, WrestleCast fam? Hello, Mr. Lampton. Thank you for stopping by the WrestleCast podcast, sir. We appreciate you so much. I was just talking about you earlier. Always good, always good. We love you, and we appreciate you. So, yeah, man. Those fans are amazing. They are. And if somebody's not been out there and seen Wrestling Evolution live, you're missing out. It's like I said a couple of weeks ago when I had the CEO, the damn boss, on the show. Let me say this.
Yeah.
You can go to WWE and sit way up there in the grandstand, and you're going to see the guy look like an ant, and it's going to cost you $1,000. Or you can go to WWE, get your front row seat for like $25, and you're right there. And that guy might be right there pushing against you. But, it's action-packed. You're getting professional pro wrestling. You're getting what is advertised. You're getting the best of the best in the Carolinas, and that Cowboy Bob is stamped approved on. I'm here to tell you right now.
Hey, dude, that says something, because you've seen some of the promotions. I've seen some of the promotions where it's not like that, and they don't put the thought into it. Tim Wilcox, Tim Dixon, Ivan, Josh Cash, they all put the thought into, and many more men and women that are behind the scenes over there.
Yes.
They put a lot of thought. If nothing else, they put their heart into it, and it shows at the very least. So
that's exactly right. And they will blow your mind. I'm telling you, your mind will be blown. You can't go nowhere else and get a show like that. It is that superb. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
And it's gonna get better. It'll get better too.
It only gets better every show. I tell Tim, how do you? I can't even imagine how he makes it better. I just got these telling Ivan this. I can't imagine how Tim Wilcox, the damn boss, the CEO, makes this show better each and every month, every time. It's mind blowing to me. It's mind boggling to me. But I'll tell you what, I don't miss them. I'm there. Cowboy Bob's there. Sean Lampton's there. Hey, Man Cave Sessions, WrestleCast podcast. We're gonna be there, folks. You don't want to miss the show. It's happening. So you definitely want to show up for that. Scott says, bringing the fans a personal side of the wrestlers is what we do best as podcasts. That's exactly right, Mr. Larson. He is an amazing, I'm telling you, this guy has got the brains. He has got the information. Like I told you a while ago, I soak it in like a sponge. That's my brother right there. I love him. And he is an amazing person. Amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
man. Well,
with that being,
go
ahead. I'm sorry. I appreciate that so much. I definitely appreciate that. I'm telling you, great guy. And I'm sure if you hit him up, he'll fit you into the schedule. He'll interview you, and he's a great podcast to go on. He has a whole different following also, and it's worth going on there. Now, I'll tell you what, I've been in a podcast with him, but I don't even think I've been on Hashtag truth. And with that being said, we're going to go to commercial break and be right back, Sean.
All right.
What is the podcast that brings you the best interviews from the world of independent pro wrestling?
You are watching Hashtag Truth.
Join Scott Larson as he goes into the personal lives of some of the hottest up-and-coming wrestlers, as well as managers, referees, and promoters. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Giving you something to invest in from the world of professional wrestling.
And that's the
Yes,
hashtag truth.
What he said. There you go. You know, I'm telling you, it's amazing, and I love it. And I'm telling you, best family you can be in is right here, bro. That is a fact. That is a fact. And being able to be tied in with WE, I mean, it don't get no better, bro. It don't get no better. Look, project a big, huge freaking screen out there that shows you everything. Got televisions right there. They've got the lights. They've got the stand.
Oh yeah,
it is amazing. It's mind
it's the
blowing.
big time.
It is the big, exactly, Sean.
It is the big time. It is the big time. They've got and Sean Legacy and the Dante Khalifa, that type of caliber.
Dante Khalifa.
I better put some stank on it.
And stank on it, he'll get you.
He's going to get me. Well, hey, I might not actually put some stank on it then. I want him to come so I can interview.
There you go.
Even if you look at guys like Sean Legacy, my goodness, he's coming through Wrestling Evolution. That's the caliber. Because I still look online at other indie promotions, and sometimes you may not have, and everybody needs a chance to shine, right? But sometimes it's also nice too to have those guys that have been there and done that. Maybe they have a little bit of the name, and they're going to be on the show. Wrestling Evolution is one of those promotions where you can have these guys that, sure, there's some up and comers making a name for themselves, and they're doing a damn good job at it too. But then also too, you have the Sean Legacies from time to time. But even then, you still, I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than the Wrestling Evolution heavyweight champion right now, the Dante Khalifa. That guy's a beast. He's the mastermind behind the drip. The caliber of talent that he possesses, man, it's unreal. And you can't tell me he's not the future.
He is the future, and
he's the now. I don't say, what am I talking about? He's the now and the future.
Yeah.
So
you know what, Sean? It's great that you even brought that up. I have been talking about this for, oh my gosh, I can't remember how long now. And I even told him about it when I interviewed him. You know, and he's very humble. He's a very humble man. And he's like, I've only been doing this for a couple of years, and whatever. Let me tell you something. That man wrestles, and I'll say this: he should be on Evolve. He should do it. He should be on Evolve. He should pass LFG. This guy is talented as the day is long and night is dark. I'm telling you. And moving right up into NXT, he's that type of caliber. He wrestled Sean Legacy. He beat Sean Legacy. Retained the WE World Heavyweight Championship. He is the man. He is the Dante Khalifa. Check it out one real quick. I want to show you this. Bam. There's Sean with Miss Cowboy. Look at that.
Oh,
look here. Look here.
Love that.
Put my hat on. Took my hat from me, Sean.
There it is. I'm looking at it. Nice.
Almighty. Took my hat. We love Mr. Legacy. He's a great guy, and we're so happy and proud of him. Scott says, tell us a story about how you decided how to get into podcasting and how it changed your views on wrestling.
Oh, wow. Well, and it will change your views too, because you're getting the whole scoop, and you got to kind of stay in that. You're a mediator. And so you don't want to go too far to the left or to the right with anything, and you want to be objective about it. If I had to say what got me into it, well, we went into just kind of the bare surface level of it very at the beginning there. And we talked about, I started off in radio when I was in school, probably about 15, 16 years ago. And I've been sticking with digital media ever since. I found my voice, ironically enough, at a skating rink when somebody just didn't show up one day and they needed a DJ, and I was able to find my voice. and I liked what I heard because I was able to pump up the kids and everything like that. And I was like, well, hell, man, I love wrestling, and why they've got announcers and commentators too, and I need to do something like that. And that, I mean, that was when I was super young, but that always evolved into the next stepping stone of doing radio for the university that I went to, and then even now in my full time job, I'm creating commercials and a lot of voiceovers for a software company, doing a lot of things on that level. But probably when I was like, wow, I want to do the podcast, was a few years ago. And Man Cave Sessions is the evolution of a brand that was called Retro Gaming Man Cave. And I did a podcast on that. And it was about everything in the collectibles here. Ended up changing the name because we talked about more than just retro games. Okay.
Right.
That's why we did Man Cave Sessions, so we could open it up to the world of pro wrestling. But that's really when I created that brand with the retro gaming, because you can't see behind me or behind over here, but there's all kinds of everything from the original NES, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast. They're all over here. This is a whole game room. I'm literally, this is not just, I mean, I'm living the gimmick over here, right? Like this is, this
Yeah.
Man Cave Sessions. When I'm in here, I'm in my man cave. And this is everything that's in here. And it's been here for a while. So when I was doing the retro gaming man cave page, I was like, we need to talk about this stuff because I can't not have all this stuff in here. And some people might come in here and say, oh God, what is all this junk? But I know in my heart that there's maybe a small niche of people that are like, dude, this stuff's pretty damn cool too.
And
And
it is.
I can't have all this stuff in here by myself, just hoarding it. Like I need to, and there's never enough time in the world to be able to talk about everything in here. But at that point, it's like I knew I need to talk about these things. I need to talk about the figures, the belts, the stories behind the belts. I got this belt here at WrestleMania 39. My dad bought it for me. It means a lot to me. And it's got
That's
the
all.
39 side plates on it as well. And I'll never forget that moment. Everything in here has a story. At that moment, I knew I wanted to talk about my passion for wrestling, and I wanted to put that in a podcast format for people to hopefully digest and to enjoy. Uh,
That's awesome. That
yeah,
is awesome.
everything in
Uh,
here has it. You pick something off the shelf, and I could tell you where it came from. In most
speaking of,
cases.
Scott Larson says PlayStation logo behind you is dope.
Oh yeah, I'm a PlayStation guy. We got the PS5 and the Xbox Series X over here. I'm actually gaming on the OG original Xbox right now. But yeah, from time to time, it's very similar. It's a printed out little object, very similar to like the WCW Nitro or even the WWF old scratch logo there. I picked up the PlayStation One from a convention in Greenville, South Carolina. And then I picked up the wrestling related signs. I picked up those at WrestleCon in Indianapolis at the Rumble.
Gotcha. You know what? Right here it says, Scott says, there's so much stink on it, I have to wear a nose blade. Oh, Scott,
Nice.
Scott. I tell you, and that's another thing. That is something I think will carry with him through the times. You know how some people, they change their gimmicks and they change their names and stuff.
Yeah.
I think his is going to follow him. It's a perfect deal. It works. People are attracted to it. They get it. They know it. It's going to stick, just like Sean Legacy. Sean Legacy's it stuck. So I think with him, it's also going to stick too.
Oh yeah. He's
He'll
got
be out there. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say no. Before I forget, I was just gonna say, man, he's got the mind to be able to do that because not everybody can do that, and I think he portrays it, and the whole presentation is ready to go as is. Why would you want to change anything?
Yeah, exactly, and it works. Before you know, he's gonna have these shirts with a AEW logo or WWE logo in the tag.
Yeah, he's gonna. Hopefully, he doesn't forget about us.
The little
over
people,
here.
you know what I mean? Don't forget about us. B. Dante Cleveland. Don't forget about us. We ain't gonna forget about you, brother. That's right. We're gonna be looking for them tickets. You can get us in a backstage with those.
Oh,
Media
dude, you know something? I'm gonna tell you do you know something crazy? So at the last Raw on Netflix, which was February 17th from the Spectrum
Mhm.
Center this past year, um, I'm a part of the Mania Club, and they're kind of a nationwide Facebook group. If you haven't heard of them, you should look them up. They go to a lot of the shows here and really all over. I went with them to Royal Rumble, everywhere. But I can say we did a suite. We did a luxury suite over there for Monday Night Raw. It was a reasonable price ticket, um, cheaper than even sitting lower level. Those tickets were ridiculous, but I got a good deal. Uh, but I say that to say after the show, I kid you not, I saw two wrestlers come out of the back that have wrestled through Wrestling Evolution. I
There you
swear to
go.
God. I swear to God. And uh, he remembered me and gave me a hug. I saw Don Furio walk out. Am I supposed to say that? I saw that. I saw him walk out, and it was just a moment to where it's like that's why you and I do what we do here
That's right.
for those guys to get their flowers. Because
Yeah.
whether he was back there, and I don't know why he was back there. He could have just I don't know. But he was walking out, and whether he was some type of backstage personnel or maybe just seeing what's going on, like for him, for me, that's amazing. Like I'm so
Let's
proud
not
of that
forget,
guy.
let's not forget about JKA, Justin Kendrick Allen.
Oh, on
A-
Dynamite, yeah,
yeah.
that's
AEW.
wow, the same thing.
Yeah, man. I tell you, so proud of those guys. So
Yeah,
happy for them. And it just means so much to see them progress and move
it
like,
does.
yeah, it's
That
amazing.
and imagine if you're him, like walking out in that crowd, like you would really feel like you made it, man.
Yes,
Or you're
yes.
just walking backstage, rubbing shoulders, like it's stuff like that. Like now you're giving me goosebumps here. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes all this the potential huge. So
Yes, yes, for sure. You know, I tell you, we're getting. I'm a folks. Let me say this, fans. I know you guys get watch the show, and you know at the end of the show, I usually do a segment. I'm about to hurt someone's feelings. Let me say this real quick. This show here, it's a little different. This show is really not about hurting anybody's feelings. This show in itself is about projecting what Mr. Sean Lampton does and how he actually touches fans on the Man Cave sessions, how he touches fans in person when he's at a show and out somewhere. And so that's not about hurting someone's feelings. You know what I mean? We'll do the Roughneck segment at another time. Maybe when Roughneck comes on, won't that be funny? We'll check that out when they get on the show with the brethren. So but what we will do, we'll stick to this. We've got one, Sean, called Road Stories. And
mm,
everybody out here that's in this business has traveled. They know they got to have some type of road story. And we want to pick your brain. So there we go. I'm going to drop down in the lobby and I'm going to hit this intro. And when it's done, you give us one of your road stories, brother.
oh, there you go. Okay. Thank you, Cowboy Bob. Yeah, a road story. So, like I said, there have been, as far as I'm a super fan, I like to go to some of the shows. I went to WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. I went to 40 the following year. Didn't go last year, but I did hit the Rumble this year. Went to Bad Blood, but if I do think about a story, I've got to tell the one about AEW AEW Revolution from the Greensboro Coliseum for Sting's last match. What a crazy moment. Like to be able to have not only so much history in that arena, but so much history that was going to happen that night with his last match there. And if you were in the building, there was such a vibe to the Greensboro Coliseum. It brought you back to the old 2001 Survivor Series type of feeling when Vince McMahon went out there and he just won. It had that kind of sensation to it. The road story here that was so amazing was I was actually able to go with my mom, and it was kind of a little bit of an anniversary from the first show that she ever took me to, which was Judgment Day 2003 from the Charlotte Coliseum. Brock Lesnar versus the Big Show in a stretcher match. And so we go full circle. She never went to a show with me again, and I've been with God uh, to tons of shows, countless shows since then. So it was an honor to be able to go back with my mom to Sting's last match. And something that is unique to that experience is we were staying in the Marriott that was probably about 3 miles from the convention center. And the Friday, because the pay per view I think was like Saturday night, I want to say. You guys can correct me in the comments, but I believe it was Friday night then that we got there, and like all the wrestlers, like Sting was there, Ric Flair was there. They were drinking in the bar, and I kind of caught the tail end. They left kind of as soon as I got there, but it was amazing that all those guys there that I didn't know we were going to be able to potentially meet go out there, and so like that was awesome to me that even for the glimpse I got to celebrate behind the scenes, so to speak. Right, we're at a bar, celebrate a little bit with Sting for the last match, and I'll never forget that. Just being able to toast with him, and that was amazing. And even after the show, I couldn't afford to sit on the floor for that pay per view. It was just really expensive too. But I did bring some cash with me to buy the seat uh, from the event from somebody that wanted to sell it, and so I was able to buy the seat, and I did end up sitting in the lobby after the show because I wanted to see maybe Sting or Ric Flair was going to come back. Now they were obviously hindsight; they probably hit the jet, went right home. But I did see a couple of the other talent, the Gun Brothers, and they signed it for me, and that was a really special moment that made all of that hard work of trying to get all the way down to Greensboro to watch the show because I'm in Gastonia worthwhile. And not only to be able to enjoy Sting's last match, and I'm pointing up here because I've got the signed figure from that night, which was a one of 3,000 released, and that is a signed Sting figure. And I can even go up here and show you, but amazing moment for an amazing night. And it's hard to have moments like that, or traveling to Philly to watch Cody Rhodes win the undisputed championship. It's moments like those as a wrestling fan, like that's as real as it gets, man. Like those atmospheres are electric. It's nuts. But that's yeah, Cowboy Bob. That's my road story there. The whole Sting revolution, getting some signage, getting some memorabilia, one of a kind memorabilia. Because if you look up that chair now on eBay, it's
Yeah.
like at minimum like $1,000, and I definitely didn't pay that much for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we'll
That's
go.
awesome.
We might pull the curtain back here. We'll show something here
All right. All right.
because
Here we go, fan.
rambling too much. I don't know if I was rambling too much on that last
Oh, you're
story,
right.
but
That's the thing. That's the whole point. We got to have a story. That's good.
I said that story because I wanted to give an example of where some of the some of the things come from in the man cave. They come from shows like that. So we've got signed chairs, we've got signed figures.
Check that out, fans. Look at that right
Yeah.
there.
From Sting's last match. I mean, I told you the story because that was one road trip where we got one of a kind memorabilia to bring back to the man cave.
Man, that is awesome. That I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I got Randy Orton back here. I'll tell you. Hopefully, one day I can get him to sign that. I'm a big, huge Randy Orton fan. I am. Hey, check it out. Let's do this right quick, Sean. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you do the reins on this. Boom. Could you introduce that show right there, brother?
Oh, baby, that's going to be a big show. Wrestling Evolution. You see it on the screen right there. Evolutionary, June 21st, live from the cross country campgrounds. And of course, if you know, you know. Doors, they do open at 6. Bell time starts at 7, and it's going to be a huge show. You can see the full card there at the Wrestling Evolution page on Facebook, Instagram. Man, it's going to be a good show. They never disappoint. And fans, you are going to have a little bit of a new experience. Myself, Showtime, I will be there live on premise, and we're going to be doing a couple of different things with the fans. So it's going to be very interactive type of experience, a little bit of a new experience there at Wrestling Evolution, and we're going to really give you guys an immersive type of experience there. And it's going to be new. I don't want to give away too much, but there's going to be plenty of opportunities to get up close to the action.
There you go, folks.
Yep.
You heard it right here on WrestleCast podcast from Sean Lampton from Man Cave Sessions. He told you where it's going to be at. And the address is 6254 North Carolina, 150 East Denver, North Carolina. Put it in your GPS. It's going to take you right there. You're not going to want to miss it. Front row. I tell you why, you can get them tickets in advance. All right. Don't forget, you can go to Wrestling Evolution, like he said, LLC on Facebook, and you just puts in a message out there. You wanted those tickets front row, $25. You're not going to get a front row seat that good anywhere else in North Carolina. South Carolina. It's amazing what you're going to see. Front row. General admission's $15 at the door. Don't forget. Also, there's going to be metal signs you can get with Mr. Tim Wilcox on Facebook and see. Matter of fact, see if he's got some that's going to be. I'm pretty sure he will. And it's only
those are cool.
Yeah, you're only going to get them pre-ordered. That's it. All right, and then once they're done for that show. That's it. So you definitely want to jump on that. Kids and under 5 and under are free. Kids 6 to 12, $10, folks. Come on now. Forget about your problems. Put your life on pause and come enjoy some professional, extreme, amazing wrestling at Wrestling Evolution. You don't want to miss it. June the 21st. Hey, I'm going to be there, Cowboy Bob. Sean Lampton. That's right. Showtime is going to be there. You don't
be there.
I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Ain't that right, Sean?
No, absolutely amazing. I can't wait. Thank you so much, Cowboy.
Oh, man. Thank you. I tell you what, Sean, it has been a pleasure. I want to thank you for coming on WrestleCast podcast, taking time out of your day. It is amazing having you here. I enjoyed this podcast. I hope you had a great time.
I did. I'm still having a good time. Thank you. Appreciate
yes,
it.
you're very, very welcome. You're very, very, very welcome. I did this. This is kind of funny. I did this last week to show, and I'll show it to you. It's 39 seconds. You know about the 5-time WCW champ, right? You got WCW Nitro right back there. You know about the 5-time, right? 5-time. Check this out real quick.
WrestleCast podcast said, can you give Wrestle Podcast a shout out, Booker? I think you might need to tip it a little bit more to get a WrestleCast podcast. I'll give you a shout out, but you know what I mean? you got to get the combo package and the meet and greet. You know, if you're going to try to get a shout out, you know, that's in perpetuity. Shout out to the WrestleCast podcast.
That's $99.
Let's get started.
So, hey, you know what? I didn't have the $99 to give the 5-time champ Booker T. That's right. $99.
Oh, hell. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I love that.
But his co-host, I always say thank you to his co-host because his co-host gave me a 5-time shout out right there and mentioned WrestleCast podcast right there on Reality Live podcast with Booker T. And we greatly appreciate that shout out. And man, I tell you what, I love the wrestling business. I love the wrestling fans. I love the WrestleCast podcast fans. We couldn't have this show without y'all. We couldn't do it, and we're so grateful. Want to also say that we are going to be having some WrestleCast podcast tumblers getting made. Some WrestleCast podcast merch is getting made. So many things are happening in the future. Same way with Sean. I'm sure that all of this stuff is going to be popping up and happening. And so you guys have got to stick around. Definitely don't want to miss that show June the 21st at the Cross Country Campgrounds. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be there. Like I said, Sean Lampton. That's right. Showtime is going to be there. Don't miss the show. Doors open up at 6. You might want to get there a little early. So with that being said, Sean, once again, thank you for joining WrestleCast Podcast. And it has been a pleasure. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to see you June the 21st, my friend. Thank you to all the WrestleCast Podcast fans who showed up, asked questions. Thank you to Scott Lawson. Thank you to Ivan M. Righteous. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to Brittany. Thank you to all of the fans who show up and support WrestleCast Podcast. We'll see you next Tuesday. And it's like I always say, if you got plans, you're going to want to break them, because WrestleCast Podcast is the place to be. Stay humble and hustle hard.
Won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission.